Hey guys, welcome to another ChronoLogic live stream. I'm here with Daniel to talk about scheduling transactions on the Ethereum alarm clock protocol. So as you guys know, my name is Joseph. I'm a developer here at ChronoLogic. And today, along with Daniel, we will guide you through on how to schedule transactions on my crypto. So Daniel, say hi to the guys.
Hey guys, very happy to have you here today.
Exactly. So as you guys know, we already had one of these sessions where we went through those and scheduled transactions. And what we had last week is that we had people scheduling these transactions, and one of you guys won a prize of 10-day tokens. So today on this webinar, we will go through who actually won the prize and how you can check. Because we had scheduled the prize to be awarded at the time of this webinar. So stick around for that. First, we'll go through the agenda. Maybe we can. So first, we'll go through a couple of the development updates we have for you guys. This is for the latest stuff that we have around the TimeNode and our Kronos app. Then we'll go through the competition rules again and kind of guide you through all of the process of participating in the competition to win these 10-day tokens. Next up, we'll go through the guided transaction scheduling with my crypto. Daniel will kind of guide you guys through this. And in the end, we'll end with questions and answers. And somewhere in between point 1 and 2, we will be announcing the winners, so stick around. Okay, so we have a couple of updates when it comes to our TimeNode apps. So if you guys haven't downloaded the latest version of the TimeNode, be sure to do so because we have a couple of nice updates in these. So what we have is a graph that shows the number of transactions that have been processed and executed in the past 24 hours. So this is something that I think it's going to be included in this week's release. Actually, no, it's included in the current release. So you can see how many transactions have been executed in the last 24 hours, and then you can kind of estimate if you want to run a time node or not, and you can kind of see what the current state of the network is. Let's move on to the next slide. So another cool feature that we have added is the proxy feature. So this feature is mostly for advanced users, but what this feature allows you to do is if you have, for example, scheduled a contribution to an ICO through our DApp or through the Ethereum alarm clock protocol, sometimes what happens is that these tokens would mistakenly be sent to the scheduled transaction contract instead of your original address. So what you can do here is, if you notice that you haven't gotten the tokens from the contribution, from the crowd sale, which can sometimes happen due to maybe some error and sending some of the data for the transaction. What you can do is you can go to your scheduled transaction and you can claim these tokens. So you can pull them from the contract, from the scheduled transactions smart contract back into your address. And there is also another field which is custom proxy data, and this is for mostly for advanced users. So this is something that people have been kind of wondering about. What happens if the crowd sale accidentally sends the tokens to this scheduled smart contract? You can fix it by using this feature. You can find this in the transaction details. So in order to use this, of course, you have to be the owner of the transaction, the original person that has scheduled the transaction, and then you can use this feature. Let's move on to the next feature. So another thing we have added to the TimeNode is we call it a time bounty graph. And what it does, you can see it here on the right-hand side of this screenshot, but it actually shows you the average time bounty that has been set for transactions that have been scheduled in the past 24 hours. And using this graph, you can kind of estimate how much would you earn if you were to leave your time node running per each transaction scheduled. So here on the screenshot has been taken on the testnet, on the Robson testnet, but it is showing 10 Gwei per transaction, which is which are all the transactions that are being done by our scheduling bot on Robson. So here we can see that it shows this data. Along with on the bottom, we can see the aforementioned process transactions graph. And we have a couple of also updates to the active time nodes graph, where it's actually like shows historical data, where it used to not show these. And as a final mention, let's just go through a couple of fixes that we have added to the dApp. So we have fixed some of the queries to analytics. We have added some loaders to some metrics, which would show like the current state of loading some of the analytics and metrics. Some of you guys have mentioned that some of the metrics were not visible in Electron dApps, such as the efficiency metric or the upcoming transaction metric. This has been fixed as well, pushed into the latest Electron app, and we have added another fix to display the network chooser in the sidebar, which is something that has been lacking on people that have been using the TimeNode app on, let's say, their smartphones or something. They were not able to change the network, so now this has been fixed as well. And we have a couple of fixes to the TimeNode charts as well. Let's continue. So now we'll go through the competition rules. If you guys, guys, can you send me a 1 if you guys are here, if you guys are paying attention? This will be pretty important for the competition. So if you guys are here, just send me. Just type 1 in the question box, and I'll see that you guys are listening. Oh, perfect. Okay, I see we have people paying attention, so this is great. So okay, let's go through these. Daniel, do you mind taking care of the rules?
Yeah, sure. So the rules are similar. They're actually exactly the same as the last webinar. So the point of the competition is to schedule transaction during the webinar, and one of you guys gonna get 10-day tokens, as it happened last week. So soon we will actually be able to show you the scheduled price award. Just give us a few more minutes. But yeah, the rules are so the guidelines. You can actually schedule any transaction you would normally send. So it could be something that you had already in mind. Just an ETH transaction. So now to be eligible for this price, you can just schedule it instead of normally sending. Transaction might be of value 0, so there's no need to risk anything, no need to send high value transactions. If you just feel more comfortable sending 0 ETH, just feel free to do so. You will be also eligible for the contest. And you can schedule for whichever time period you wish transaction to happen. So this is something that is based on whatever you'd like this transaction to accomplish. Maybe if you're doing it only for the contest, only to win the day tokens, you could maybe schedule it in like next hour. So actually, one thing here, because in the past, in the previous time we did this contest, there were some problems with low gas price when scheduling. So this time, I recommend you guys visit ETH gas station and check what is kind of recommended gas price, or setting the time period a bit further away in future. So this makes sure that when your transaction is mined, it will actually be valid. Because, for example, if you would schedule in next 10 minutes, but your transactions would be mined in like 1 hour, then this transaction would not be scheduled because of mining process taking too long. And the reward, so the reward for the winner will be paid during the next week's webinar. So actually next week, the same day at this time, you should have already received your day price. So
Exactly.
now we can move.
Maybe we can go through maybe we can show the guys, sorry Daniel for interrupting. I was thinking maybe we can show them the transaction and that it has been scheduled for um, it's about to be executed pretty soon. So what do you think
Yeah,
about
sure.
showing them just a transaction that has been scheduled so that we can announce the winner basically?
Yeah, so a transaction has been scheduled and should be executed in like a 15 minutes window. So we can expect it to be executed really soon by one of the 13 time nodes active we have right now.
And the winner is 0xf537 and so on. So we can see here on this to address field, we can see the person that has won the day token prize. So congratulations on that. You should be receiving it shortly.
Yeah, guys. So yeah, probably this will change to execute that in some time. In the meantime, we will continue with the presentation and showing you how to schedule new transaction. So we need to prepare a little bit for this contest. So basically you need like 1 USD worth of ETH, MetaMask, or some or desktop version of my crypto wallet. Just make sure you can open this wallet in mycrypto.com. And it can be a key store, it can be a private key imported in MetaMask. If you would really like, you could alternatively schedule using our dApp, but we're gonna show you how to schedule using MyCrypto. And the difference compared to the last week's webinar, I'm going to actually show you how to schedule using MetaMask. So last time we were scheduling using MyCrypto desktop wallet, and this time we're gonna schedule using MetaMask in a browser because we have seen that most of you guys scheduled using MetaMask. So that's why we decided to change our approach. So let's begin. So you need to open your browser first and go to mycrypto.com. I'm gonna give you some time to go through each instruction. So yeah, guys, please open browser, go to mycrypto.com.
And you can type something in the chat box once you're at the site.
Yeah, feel free to do so, guys. So we can move along faster.
I think we can continue and Hey, Daniel. Hey, okay.
Yeah, I don't have my my account imported on this machine in MetaMask with ETH, so I'll proceed with sending through the desktop wallet. Just make sure, guys, if you use MetaMask, to press MetaMask here. I'm going to open my Keystore file using desktop app, and we're gonna continue, and we will have exactly the same UI as you can see in a browser. So just give me a few seconds to open my wallet. Okay, guys, let me know if you're on this screen. If you're using MetaMask, if you're on this screen, if you're using Keystore files, using private keys, let me know if you are on this screen. You can type 1 into question box. Oh, okay. I can see some ones. Thank you guys. Okay, so actually at this screen, we need to press send later toggle. So the transaction gonna be scheduled. So first press send later. And now we are going to proceed with filling each field. And also, guys, in the meantime, the transaction has been executed. So the address that won 10-day has actually been awarded. With them, we can see the transaction is executed. So yeah, the price, as we said, has been distributed. Congratulations. And back to my crypto interface. We're gonna start with filling two address. In my case, I'm just gonna send the transaction to myself. You can just fill it with any address you wish. Send ETH to or execute any method on smart contract. Make sure this is the to address. Then we need to fill the amount field. So I'm gonna send like 0.1 ETH. Then we have settings of scheduled transactions. So the most actually two very important things here. So first is date and time you wish your transaction to be executed at. By default, it's 1 hour in the future, and it's using scheduling using time. You can also switch to blocks, whatever suits you guys. So I'm going to leave date and time field as default. And after we have set date and time, we need to select time bounty. And I'll actually leave it as it is here, so 0.02. You can also go to advanced and maybe use like 0.01. or whatever bounty you prefer to send. Just make sure it's not too low, so the transaction gonna be executed. So yeah, guys, so far we have set the to address, the amount field, date and time, and time bounty. I'm actually leaving two fields, these last two fields as default. We will leave also deposit, future gas price, and gas limit as it is. The important thing, if you would like to call some method, make sure you fill the data field. So yeah, make sure it is filled. Okay, guys. I think we are ready to decide to schedule transaction and decide on a gas price. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so we can answer them now. If you're stuck somewhere in the process, just feel free to tell. Okay, I don't see any questions right now. So we're gonna just press schedule transaction. And here just make sure, guys, if you use MetaMask, to use accurate gas price in MetaMask. So just let me show you how to do it, how to set correct gas price using MetaMask. I'm gonna show it to you on Kovan. That's really important, basically, because in the new MetaMask it's kind of hidden, and it could be problematic. So
maybe you can also show them where they can find the optimal gas price they should send.
yeah. This is on ifgasstation.info. It's one of the sites. And here on the right, you have like a standard price, and this will execute transaction supposedly in less than 5 minutes. And the current gas price for that is 4. And for the fast execution, so less than 2 minutes, it would be 20. So maybe the recommended price, it would be about like 5 or something for scheduling. And in MetaMask, to change that price, when you click schedule transaction, you need to click like edit details and change it manually. Okay, guys, I'm gonna proceed with confirming this transaction. Okay, the transaction has been sent. Now you can press check on Kronos after you schedule. Make sure to press check on Kronos, so you will see more details about the transaction. And guys, let us know if you already scheduled the transaction.
If you have already scheduled the transaction, you can just post the address or the link from our ChronoLogic app, and you can just post it here, and then we'll take a look at it and check it, and you are then eligible for winning the grand prize.
Yep, guys, just make sure you're on correct network when after clicking check on Kronos. It can take some time to mine this transaction. So my transaction has already been scheduled. So is any of you guys still waiting for your transaction to be mined? Let us know in the question box.
Okay, I can see some have already scheduled a transaction.
Okay, guys. So let us know. Just copy and paste. Just copy and paste as a question or to the chat box your transaction, your scheduled transaction address. So you're gonna be eligible for the contest.
And if you have already scheduled, we can also check that later. So if you're not able to paste it or do anything like that, don't worry. We will go through all of the transactions that have been scheduled during the time of the webinar, and maybe a bit later if you're struggling with anything. But we prefer, if you guys are struggling with scheduling or something like that, you can just post your questions here, and then we can answer them live.
Yeah, that's true. We have automatic way to get the transactions that are eligible for the contest. So just no worries if you schedule transaction or if you're still about to schedule. We'll give you some more time, then you're gonna be eligible.
Seems like we have a question in the question box. Maybe Daniel, you can take it up.
Okay, so let's actually move to the Q&A. To the Q&A
Yes,
presentation.
yes. So guys, if you haven't scheduled already, yes, schedule. If you're having troubles, just send us a question. I guess we can move towards the Q&A. So we have a question from the community member. He says, why can I not schedule ERC20 tokens through my crypto yet? So so Daniel, you wanna take this one?
Yeah, sure. So this is definitely something we have on our list to implement scheduling ERC20 tokens through my crypto. We kind of have a certain set of resources as ChronoLogic, and we have some priorities and some other issues we want to tackle. So at this moment we're just doing other stuff, but definitely implementing scheduling ERC20 tokens is something we have on our list to implement.
Exactly. And also, as we kind of work towards implementing this, we also kind of have to discuss this also with my crypto on how to build this up from the UI side. Scheduling transactions was kind of easy, so we added the schedule transaction settings window, as you guys have seen, and integrated it within their app. And now, as we kind of add more functionality to this, we kind of have to plan a bit more with my crypto. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, one more thing I'd like to add is also we have already 2 updates to my crypto functionality, and this is proposed to them as a pull request, and we are kind of waiting for them to look through it and include it in some future releases. So this is a longer process and requires collaboration also from my crypto side.
Exactly. And we have another question from the community, and this question is more in regards to what ChronoLogic is up to and like what are our plans for future for future progress. So as you guys know, ChronoLogic will be attending DevCon. We have a booth at DevCon late this month in in Prague. So if any of you guys will be at DevCon, be sure to reach out to us, talk to us. We'll be there. So just let us know. As far as other things, yes, of course we have the Kronos protocol development of the next level scheduling protocol, which will be an improvement over the current Ethereum alarm clock protocol. And we are also focusing on building out the ecosystem for integrations with the Ethereum alarm clock and the Kronos protocol. And we will have more updates on some future plans of ChronoLogic pretty soon. So stay tuned. Daniel, is there anything else you'd like to mention to our fellow community members?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that we are working on a few things actually that could be really answer to these needs from community. Just at this moment, we can't reveal this, but I guess we're getting pretty close to the moment where we will be able to reveal them.
Cool. So thanks guys for joining in for this week's webinar. Stay tuned for the next week's webinar in order to find out who won the prize of the 10-day tokens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this session, and thanks guys for attending all these webinars, for being so active as a community. We really do appreciate this a lot, and stay in touch with us, and hopefully you guys continue using the products that we build, and we are kind of very happy to be a part of this ecosystem. So thanks again, guys, for joining.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.